for a bit of a snorkel on this bommy that's near the boat. I'll show you what's under the water.
What's one rule about diving? The most important rule is send your wife in first to check for sharks. So I just usually sit here and wait. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not ready.
Yes, you are.
No, I've got to get my mask ready.
Take 2 seconds.
Go on. You're not going to go in first. You never go in first.
I never go first with this.
Not a current.
Yeah. I reckon we paddle hard up to there.
Yeah, they just drift back.
And drift back to the kitty. Let's go that way.
Okay.
Follow me.
Time to go back to the boat. It's nice, though. So we've decided, because there's so much current, we're just going to do a drift dive. So maybe I'm going to tow the tinny, and we'll just see where we end up. Well, we had a good look at the cay. We did snorkelling, and there's lots of wind, so the snorkelling is not so great really to stay for any longer. So we're heading out and we're going to make a beeline for Darwin. That's the plan. We've got good winds, so we'll see how it go. If it gets, not in our favour, we'll pull in. But yep, we're going to do about an 8-day sail. So this is day 1 of the 8-day sail to Darwin. Just going through the pass. Got reef on both sides.
Yeah.
And the cay is over there.
And we're in 9 metres of water, soon to be in 400.
Yeah, it's just going to drop off.
Just goes straight down.
Yeah.
Like all adults, or most of the adults.
So, anything to say?
It's been windy. It's been quite a roly-poly mooring. Wendy doesn't get seasick very often, and she started feeling a bit queasy, so we decided to leave. Get out in the big blue and enjoy a bit of sailing instead of getting knocked around on a mooring. Yeah. But all going well. We've got a 6 to 8 day sail coming up. We've decided to bypass the next reef because we're a bit over it. I suppose they went.
We've got other things to do now.
Yeah. Bit of a focus change. Yeah. Anyway, looking forward to a great sail back to Darwin. See you guys. Good morning. It's the first night since we left the Rowley Shoals out at Mermaid Reef. It's been a pretty quiet night. Wendy went off watch at 3 this morning, and when she handed over she said there's a strange glow on the horizon, and she ruled the sun out because it was too early, and plus it was wrong, 20 degrees off in direction. So I thought I'll find out what it is. It was really glowing, and so I had a look on the radar, nothing on the AIS, and then all of a sudden just now it's popped up on AIS, and it's a fishing boat, but the lights are it's like a small city. So we first saw it about 20 miles out, so it's over the horizon. We saw the lights, and it's just, we can just see it now, bobbing around in front of us. So there he is, the King Sound. He's going around in circles out here. There must be a patch of prawns or something. So we're just going to stay on our heading. I've turned a little bit to port, give a bit of clearance, but that's the only action we've seen all night. We left Rowley Shoals at about lunchtime, and we sailed until sunset when the wind stopped, and we've had the motor all night. So that's the only bit of excitement all night, is this fella here. There you go, it's a bit later now, we're a bit closer, we're about 3 miles away, and you'll see the sun's just starting to come up in the background there, and that's a fishing boat. It doesn't look very bright now, but before it was like a city. Yeah, so just about to see the sun come up, and we've got about between 5 and 7 days to go till we get to Darwin. I just gave the skipper a call on the radio to let him know we were here in case he hadn't seen, and he was aware of us. Just made sure that we weren't going to get in the way of his fishing operations, because he's just setting nets at the moment, I think, the way he's spinning around. So he said, yeah, we'll just keep on this track and they'll let us know if we get too close. That's the only excitement. We're back in shallow water again. We've been in about 400, 500 metres of water for the last day or 3. And now we're back under 200, 164. The little transducer we've got on the depth unit, it's very low power, and it drops out after 200 metres. We're not really interested in anything that's any deeper than, say, 50, just so you can cross-check your depth with the chart, just to confirm your position. After all these years, I still don't trust GPS. 100%.
We've got a few would-be freeloaders here, eyeing up nutshell for the night.
Oh, one's landed.
Yeah, the winner at the front there.
The new mascot. As long as they face inwards, they're fine.
Three, 4. Well, Mangus made the paneer and I made a curry, a paneer curry, which is this one in my wonderful book. Adapted it a little bit. So it's got canned potatoes in there, canned peas, canned mushrooms, paneer, and a few spices. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. That's dinner. Off passage.
Don't they? You seem pretty well.
Huh? Yeah. Where are we now, babe?
We've got 500 miles, 498 miles to go.
And how many have we done since Mermaid?
It's Mermaid 200 and something.
And we've been going, what, 2 nights?
Yeah, we left lunchtime, so we've been going nearly 2 days, and motored for a bit over a day of all that. Yeah, there's no wind as you can see. There's no wind forecast tomorrow, none the next day, then a chance the day after. So a fair bit of motoring coming up. Just working out our fuel at the moment, see, make sure we've got enough fuel if we have to motor all the way. I doubt we've got enough. Well, I think we'll have to sail at least 200 of those 500, but we'll work it out. So there we go. We'll motor until we've got like 100 litres left, and then we'll keep that in reserve for avoiding obstacles and sail when we can, I think. This is the plan. So yeah. I've worked out we've got 100 hours left in of fuel. Yeah. Right? That's 40 hours left in the port tank, 43 hours left in the starboard tank, and 32 hours worth on deck. So that's 115 hours. And we need 100 hours worth of motoring to go if we motor all the way. So we'll have 15 hours. So 15, let's say it's 3, it's not that high. It's 1, so that's easy to work out. We've got 45 hours spare. No, hours. 45 litres spare.
We use 2 litres an hour.
2.5.
So we've got about 20 litres spare.
No, 45.
Sorry, hours.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's averaging what?
It's averaging, I worked it all that out in 5 knots.
Yeah.
We're averaging 5.5 over the last 24 hours.
Okay.
So we should be fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to leave that 90 litres on deck.
Yeah.
Until we know exactly how far we've got to go. And if the tanks run out, then the tanks run out. We just sail. But we should be fine. We'll have a jerry can left at the end.
Oh, okay.
We've also got 5 jerry cans worth for peanut. So if push comes to shove, peanut can, that's 2 days worth of peanut towing.
At 4 knots.
At 4 knots. So, yeah, it's unbelievable. We're supposed to have, for long range forecast was 15 to 20 knots of westerlies for a week. We had half a day's worth. So, can only do what you can do. But we've got water makers fine. We've got full tanks. We've got heaps of. Now I'm making it sound like we've got drama. We don't have any drama. We've got full tanks. We've got 120 litres of spare water on board. We've got enough food for 3 to 4 months. An ocean full of fish and great company. Well, I've got great company. I don't know about Wendy's.
And how far are we from land right now?
About 200 miles, nautical miles. We do
We're
have.
out to sea, aren't we?
Hey?
We're pretty well out to sea.
Well, yeah, we're well out to sea. We do have a little issue that I haven't really talked about. I mentioned it a few days ago that one of the cylinder head bolts has snapped, and it's starting to weep oil out of the head gasket just below where that bolt holds the head down. We have a spare head gasket on board, but the bolts weren't available. I did manage to scrounge 4 bolts that are a little bit longer that I could space and cut to make them fit. But to get the old bolt out, I've got to take the head off. I'm not going to take the head off unless I have all new bolts, because I don't know how many will snap if I try and undo them. So that's the other thing in the back of my mind is we've got an engine that's not in 100% condition as far as, yeah, we'll go over all the engine problems when I pull it apart to see what has caused the bolt to the head of the bolt to snap off. I think it's been over tightened at some point, and it's actually been twisted because the rust on it looks very old underneath the head. But anyway, we'll talk about that when I pull it apart properly. But I'm checking the engine every half hour. I've done an oil change 2 days ago. So oil change wise, I've got enough for top-ups, but I don't have enough oil for another oil change. But we'll get into Darwin, even if we have to motor all the way, about 100 hours to go. We've done 50, so it'll be 50 hours over at service. But c'est la vie. Not real worried about that. We've got lots of fan belts, we've got impellers, we've got auto trans fluid for the gearbox, we've got everything we need to motor all the way. It's the longest we've ever motored in one stretch. But I'm glad that we filled up in Dampier. Now that's enough ramblings. When he's getting a sore hand holding the camera, so we'll update you later on. See ya. They must have partied on you hard last night.
Yeah, they did. Made a real mess.
Broken bit.
Where's that from?
Autopilot. We don't want a hand steer.
So this just broke. Mangus is going to fix it with Dyneema.
She's broken right there.
Wow.
Yeah. Now 10 minutes later, we've got a brand new one here. Hooked on that end of the chain and hooked onto this end of the chain. And it's just an endless loop, so it's just a loop that will loop it back onto the tensioning turnbuckle, and it will be good to go. So pretty excited. Yeah, always carry Dyneema. I carry a few rolls of different sizes. This is the best size, I reckon, 4 mil. It's so strong, just about used for everything. Good wear resistance, good tensile strength, easy to work with. Yeah, good stuff. But anyway, we've now got a new, just done a simple knot on the end here where I'm a bit wobbly. It's just a locked-in little eye splice. Just runs back down inside the sheet. Yeah, so I'll go put it back on now, and hopefully we'll have pilot in about half an hour. It is also 1:30 in the morning, so it always happens at the most inopportune times.
Well, it's a long way from Dampier to Darwin, and the time zone system is saying we've got about 1 day and about 12 hours to go, so hopefully we'll have just one more night with watches, because I'm getting very tired and I'm looking forward to getting there now. So we'll see. Woken up from my sleep. You got anything to say, babe?
Well, we were hoping there were going to be no birds tonight because the sun's gone down, and Wendy and I were just saying no birds. Because every night we get hundreds of birds all over the boat, and we spend hours getting them off the boat. And the sun set and there were no birds. Just as we were saying it, 2 birds flew up. If it's only 2 on my right, it's fine. Because I love birds, but I don't like the mess they make. The dinghy, they can land on the dinghy because I've already relegated that to a bird zone. It's disgusting the amount of guano in there, superphosphate. But anyway, we'll clean that up when we get to Darwin. That's all I got to say about that.
Where are we?
We're in the middle of the Timor Sea, in the Gulf of Bonaparte Gulf, with the border of Western Australia and the Northern Territory. But it's a glass off tonight, and it's been no wind all day. It's been motoring. 6 days of motoring. Just about 6 whole days of motoring. And if my calculations are right, we'll make Darwin on, if we have to motor all the way. As soon as we get to 110 miles to go, we've got enough fuel on deck to get us there. So, because we've got no fuel gauges, so we don't know how much fuel we've got there. I've done a rough calculation and we should have heaps, but you never know. Hey, that's it.
Well, we've had 5 nights on this passage from Mermaid Reef. 1 more to go. You can almost see the end now. Yeah, so a lot of motoring, tiny bit of sailing. We've managed to pick up a tiny bit of wind this morning, so we're motor sailing. And then we'll head into Tipperary Waters Marina. Yeah, looking forward to a whole night's sleep. Yeah, that's where we're at. Reached the point where we know we've got enough fuel to get to Darwin, so Magnus is just about to put the rest of the diesel into the tank. Yeah, we're nearly there. Last time I spoke, things were going pretty cool. We were not far from home and yeah, tripping along, looking forward to getting there, and then I went to sleep. And Magnus woke me up, told me to put my life jacket on very quickly, and we are now in the most incredible storm with winds of 60 knots. Magnus's hand steering, it's pouring down with rain, the boat's rocking around. I've closed all the portholes, there's lightnings all around us. It's pretty scary. So guess what? I'm making a cup of tea. Now I understand why the British make a cup of tea. It certainly soothes your nerves. Anyway, see ya. Oh, and did I mention? Of course it's dark. Can I put light on you? So babe, what's happening?
We are just coming into Darwin Harbour after 1,000-mile nautical mile leg, motoring nearly all the way. So yeah, just coming to Darwin. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Well, a.m. is in the morning, isn't it? Pretty tired. We just went through a pretty major storm for the last few hours. Rain and wind up to 50-odd plus knots. Lasted for about 2 hours, so that was good welcoming. Our first rain since we left Darwin. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. now. We've booked to go into the lock at 6, so we're a bit early, but I've slowed down as slow as I can go, and we're still doing 7.4 knots because the tide's with us. We're in spring tides. But yeah, we're just coming in Darwin. Thought I'd leave the boat here for the summer. That's about all I've got to say about that.
Well, we made it. We're here. It's an 8-day passage from Mermaid Reef, 7 nights, and 2 nights to Mermaid Reef. So it's been pretty big. We're here now. We're just waiting outside on the other side of the bay to go into the lock in a couple of hours. So we've just anchored off. Yeah, gonna get some sleep. How do you feel?
Good. That was a long trip. That 10 days. It was?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
9 nights, 10 days from Dampier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but we are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excited.
Over there's a boat coming out and we're about to go in. So it was 6.5 months of adventuring. We're heading in there, Tipperary.
It's a long way.
We're going to put Nutshell away for the cyclone season, and then we're going to start a new adventure. Watch this space.
So mooring lines, we've got this one running aft through to the cleat, this one running here to a separate cleat, then we've got one here running through the fair lead there, one here running through the same fair lead, and one here. We've got three on that corner. Then running forward here, we've doubled up to there. Running forward here, we've doubled up to here. Then we've got one running from that bollard up to the bollard there, and then from the Samson post we've got another second one running to a separate cleat again here. So that's our cyclone line set up for the up and coming cyclone season. Lash the sails, mainsail. I've put preventers on the two furlers so they can't undo themselves. Everything's tied down and everything's removed off the deck apart from over there side. That side is some full water containers which are also lashed down. The crab nets are lashed down. There's stockings over all the vents to keep out any flying bugs. And just got to do a couple of final things and she's all good to go. So she's all tied up, all cleaned up, and all ready to go to be alone for 6 months. Feels really weird leaving her. Like really, really weird. See you in 6 months, Nutty.